Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's Saturday, June 10th, 2017. In the news today, the passing of Adam West at 88 years of age from leukemia, the man who once played Batman. When I saw that he died at age 88, it took me back to Donald Trump on the campaign trail when there was the national news story about him saying, "I am Batman." Before we get into that, I just want you to know, in case you're new here, I talk about the language of gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. This has to do with a Jewish mysticism known as Kabbalah. It's very important to Freemasonry, a few other things. But anyhow, in this language of gematria, the name Trump equals 88, and if you're aware of this language, you'll see how often there's riddles in the media with Donald Trump and the number 88, including this "I am Batman" thing. So anyhow, Adam West dead at 88, Donald Trump is now the president. This story from when he said "I am Batman" was when he was running for president, August of 2015. Notice that when he told the boy he was Batman, he was on a helicopter. And notice in the language of gematria, Batman connects to 666, just like the word helicopter. If you missed my recent work on the helicopter accident of Donald Trump's 88th day of being in office at the golf course that had the 88 name gematria, please go back and check that out. If you missed the story about the Black Hawk helicopter crashing in Maryland on Trump's 88th day in office, you got to go back and check that out. Really important video. It was a tribute to Black Hawk Down. The day before that helicopter crash, it was in the news that the U.S. had deployed the most troops to Somalia since Black Hawk Down. But anyway, that was just another 88 riddle with Trump, and it also reminds of the helicopter. Just so you know, June 12th is going to be 666 days since Donald Trump made those remarks. We're not quite there. Adam West has died 663 days after. But when Donald Trump made those remarks, August 16th, this was the news story, August 17th, also a national news story about a man who dressed up as Batman and visited children's hospitals being killed in his imitation Batmobile in an accident. They said he was 51 years old. Notice he died in Maryland, Maryland 88 like Trump. Again, Trump's 88th day in office, the Black Hawk Down helicopter story by the numbers. They said this man was 51 years old, right? Batman equals 51. Batman equals 51 like the word federal, like the word conspiracy. Think about Area 51 in light of gematria. Federal 51, conspiracy 51. In this case, Batman also. Leonard Robinson, 51. The day after Trump said, "I am Batman." And then adding insult to injury, on August 19th, 3 days after Trump made his remarks, the woman who played Batgirl, dead at 78. 78. Also for another 88, Batman and Robin happens to have gematria of 88. You might recall the premiere of the latest Batman movie, the Aurora Theater shooting, James Egan Holmes. In that film, the film begins with, or not doesn't begin with, but earlier in the film they show the Gotham City skyline, and for the first time in any Batman movie there's a big glowing sign that says Aurora. How interesting that Aurora is also 88, in light of Batman dying at age 88 years after. Also, besides the 88, just want to make sure you caught this up here, Bruce Wayne also sums to 45. Think about Trump being the 45th president. Berlin Wall equals 45. Donald Trump ran on building a wall, announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the wall. Numerical riddles, Batman, the Joker, the Riddler. Just so you know, down in the description I'm going to link this blog post about the 33rd episode ever of Batman, the TV show, 1966, and how it talks about Yale and Skull and Bones, and Bruce Wayne's grandfather founded Skull and Bones. the fraternity that puts presidents in office. Very important blog post here, lots of important information. I will link this down below. Also, down below, I'm going to link this little playlist. This is my video from August of 2015 when Donald Trump said, "I am Batman and these people died." This second video is one of the best videos I ever made. There's so much information in this video. This Operation Gotham Shield, this drill that took place in New York. Just check out this video. This video is well worth your time. Tons of information. And also I talked a little bit about Trump and Batman here. It came up when I was searching for my older videos, so I threw it in there. You watch that third video, a light bulb might go off. But anyhow, 88, it's a special number, and the day Adam West has died at age 88, I can just show you this so you don't have to take my word for it. If you go to a date duration calculator, Pi Day, which has to do with cycles and circles, you know, pi, like you learned about in numerology 3.14. From Pi Day, a celebration that began in 1988, and we'll talk about why it began in 88, from March 14th to June 9th, Adam West's day of death, it was the 88th day since. 88th day since. And again, pi has to do with circles and cycles. Look at the number 88. It's 4 circles. It's 4 circles. It's geometry. You know, it's symmetry. It's numbers. It's mathematics. But these numbers, they have to do with the world we live in, a world of cycles and circles, day and night, seasons. And this language of gematria has a lot to do with the mathematics of the world we live in. Notice also it's 2 months and 27 days. Just look at 227 in that sequence. 227 is the 49th prime number. Bruce equals 49, as in Bruce Wayne. Adam West equals 49. If you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi. 22 divided by 7 is a shorthanded way of getting to pi. So this man's death at 88, it comes on a very numerical, day for it to happen. A very fitting day to die at 88. So I'll link all this if you want to read it. This show was on ABC. Adam West was born September 19th, 1928. From his own birthday, from his 88th birthday, he died 263 days later, or a span of 264 days. 263 is the 56th prime number. 56 is interesting because Washington, D.C. is 56, like President, like Society of Jesus, the name of the Jesuits. Donald Trump's a Jesuit. We have a Jesuit Pope. We just saw James Comey get fired on his 147th day of being 56. Check out why 147 is important in that video. Number of windows on the White House for a reason. But also interesting, he died 58 years after his acting career began. Remember, Freemasonry equals 58, Secret Society 58. The word bat has gematria 58, so does the name Robin. James Egan Holmes equals 58, the Aurora shooter. Just like Ford's Theater, where Lincoln was assassinated by an actor, equals 58. So does Willard Hotel, where Lincoln had an assassination attempt on him at. Donald Trump, though, the winner of the 58th presidential election, he declared he was running from the 58-story Trump Tower. On Inauguration Day, which happened to fall on a date with 58 numerology, he hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray. Since then, France got a new president, Emmanuel Macron, with 58 gematria. United States, France, UK, very Masonic nations, all operating by the same numerical code. His date of birth, September 19th, also the day that leaves 103 days left in the year. To his upcoming 89th birthday was a span of 103 days. I couldn't help but notice the word bat in Jewish gematria was 103 in light of that 103 alignment. And he also died the day the Cavs won, the only game so far in the NBA Finals. If you've missed my work on the Cavaliers, I've been talking about 103 and 27 obsessively with that team. Special numbers to that team. So, might even be a parallel there with the NBA Finals. We see how many of these people die in connection with the Finals, possibly part of the ritual. And as I've been explaining, the NBA Finals, Donald Trump's rigged selection, Hillary Clinton's campaign last year, it's all part of a script as well. So I guess in that sense it all fits together. Or in that sense. His name in the Kabbalah cipher is also 216, which was a really big number in last night's NBA Finals. It was LeBron's 216th playoff game in the 216 area code. Could be his last game in Cleveland this year, unless the Warriors win in Game 5. But for the last piece between this man's death and Trump, he died on a date with 25 numerology. The word death has gematria of 25, like Trump, like Pence, like Comey, like the 25th Amendment. What we continue to talk about, 25 and Trump. Dead on a date with 25 numerology. Another number connecting to Trump. And just in case you're asking, how can multiple numbers connect? These are your 4 methods right here. This is what you want to know for your gematria language. And with regards to pi, which we were talking about, I want you to know that pi sums to 29, also like Trump. Remember, this year was the 29th Pi Day ever. Steph Curry, the star player in the NBA, scored 29 on his 29th birthday on the 29th Pi Day. He was born the same day, the first Pi celebration. But all 4 of those methods that pull up on that calculator, all very important. And look at some words like witch and broom. They're perfect matches. You see that? Broom, here I'll just do it like this so you can see on top of each other. Witch and broom. Move myself. You see that? Check out gavel here. Gavel. Gavel and judge. Perfect matches. All right. Also interesting, dead on a date with 52 numerology as well. I should mention that in light of the presidential connections. President has gematria 52, like White House 52, like government 52, like authority 52. From the date of the news as well, June 10th, to the upcoming Super Bowl 52 in Minnesota, which has gematria 52, is 239 days, the 52nd prime. June 9th also reminds of the top of the Masonic Arch. June 9th can be written 6/9 or 9/6, the word free 96, like the word Freemason. It's the date that leaves 205 days left in the year, all-seeing eye 205. His cause of death, leukemia. Interesting how the number of Freemasonry is coded into that cause of death that so many people die from in this world. And I'm telling you, all of us who die from cancer, it's needless. The truth about cancer is being covered up. They know that cancer is caused by the poisonous foods that we eat, and the toxic lifestyle, and the not enough exercise, and the too much convenience, and the too much processed foods, and sugar, and alcohol. No doubt alcohol is connected to Alzheimer's, but just so many of these things that we're given, that are legal, that are advertised to us, they are what are killing us, and that's why the truth is kept out. It's profit over people.